But yeah, this will be the Teq Buuhan team versus Goku and Frieza. Teq Buuhan, obviously, like the newest Dokkan Fest exclusive. So considering he released after the Goku and Frieza event in terms of JP, we would obviously expect him to be quite good. We have the other one in slot 7, so we do need to float him off straight away here, though. Fortunately, the team all like links well and stuff, so this is not one of those teams. Hopefully, this is ideally not one of those teams that will be hugely impacted by like the rotation locking phase. Although, of course, there are still units that ideally we don't want to put in slot 1. Int Buu could be a liability against Frieza and 17, but obviously he'll get his revival if he dies, so... The problem, yeah, will be the damage like cap at the end, which obviously if we... Once we've got the domain for Buuhan and he gets his buffs like post Super Buu, he'll be able to do damage to them. But... And I mean, Super Buu himself will obviously do damage to them as well. Like with the domain up, the big hitters on this team should be doing damage to them. Let's do this. Start getting some build up here straight away. That's the other thing, of course, to remember with this team is that we have tons of healing as well. So... Yeah, that is true. With all the Diamond stuff going on as well, there'll be more buffs for the Margin Power team at some point. I mean, the fact that Buuhan has Transformation Boost as his other leader skill as well. So, I mean, technically his team will get buffs for a long time. Funny thing is, even with the extra, like, damage-dealing characters now, like having the Teq Buuhan, the team is still quite slow, damage-wise, compared to other teams. Obviously, once we start getting, like, the domain and that, it's going to be a bit different, but... Might as well let you get another stack off here. And we should be able to use the domain, because obviously that's the only problem with having Janemba on the team as well, obviously, is not having the full power absorption rotation to get the domain early. But we don't want it too early with this, because ideally we want to have it throughout the whole of the last part of the fight, so we don't need to activate it straight away. Let's do that. Alright, so Buuhan's locked in slot 1, but we have a full power absorption rotation now, so we should get the domain. And as much as Int Buu is great to have on rotation to be that, like, revive mechanic that we could potentially use, I feel like we should float him off here. Although, having him, like, ideally we want him to die against Frieza and 17, so then he can get the Ghost Usher against Goku and Frieza. But I don't know how much damage we'll do. We might do too much damage in 2 turns, so I might have to do this. Although the orbs are really bad on this rotation, so that's awkward. Yeah, it's 3 or more orbs to get 1 extra super, which... yeah, it's not ideal, is it? Right, well, we'll do this. get the Buuhan domain OST on. So that's the thing, the domain's going to buff everybody else anyway. So we are going to do a decent bit of damage in the first couple of turns. At least Inbu has type advantage here. Inbu obviously doesn't do a lot of damage, but... problem is, we need him to die against Physical 17 and Frieza, but it'd be ideal if we had a scouter for that phase, because we don't really want to put him in slot 1 and have him instantly die, because then obviously he comes back on the next turn, and it means if we don't one-turn them, like, we won't then be on to Goku and Frieza, which is where we ideally want to use his active skill. I mean, ideally we want to use his active skill on the second turn of Goku and Frieza, especially if we've already dropped them below 50% HP, and then he comes on the rotation and you just Ghost Usher, and then at that point, potentially just win. Damn, that still did 273k, and then we just full heal anyway. Oh god, Mr. Buu locked in slot 1. Well, that's not great, is it? As much as I don't want to float Janemba, we kind of have to. Mr. Buu with 4 rainbow orbs, though. Yeah, we should finish off... Well, I say that. But yeah, Janemba, I was going to say, Janemba should be doing enough damage to finish off 17 here. As long as he does get the additional. Wow. Never mind. And then you're locked in slot 1, so it means we're getting like the bare minimum stacks for Super Buu, so that's actually really bad. What an awkward turn. Goddamn rotation locking. But yeah, it's always the most fun part about the Buu team, yeah. Just taking tons of damage and then basically just full healing on the next turn. As long as you don't actually die, it's fine. And then if it's Inbu that dies, it's still fine. So... God, what's the chances that they super straight away? It depends what your defense is, I guess. Buuhan in slot 1, because I don't want to... Do I want to transform him straight away? Well, I say straight away, but it's turn 7. He's not even at 1,000,000 defense yet. But maybe we do just transform him here now. Because we can do a lot of damage on this turn. With the domain up as well. So if we pick up enough orbs, I don't know if Super Buu won't tank Goku Frieza in slot 1, will he? Because he doesn't tank like Janemba in slot 1. Yeah, he does get big bad bosses by transforming, so he has that with this guy, and Super Buu keeps it, which is good. Because obviously other Super Buus don't have big bad bosses. That'd be so annoying if he transformed, like, during the domain he lost big bad bosses. Or at least Boo has his thing active now for if we need it. Thing is, I really don't want to get the Dokkan attack against Frieza in 17, but I feel like that is what's going to happen here. Janemba, no big bad boss is active. Yeah, I think we're at the point though where Int Boo is stacked enough that he's not going to take damage from their normals now. Which is... I mean, I suppose it doesn't matter because we've got his revival active at this point now anyway, his active skill. Because that's the thing, you want him to, if you can get him to revive at a key time, so that then you can use his active skill on the next turn. But, like, we've got his active skill available now anyway. So it doesn't really matter. Of course, he's not getting any crits. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to avoid it yet. Well, that's annoying. I'm not going to hit the nose because obviously I want Super Boo to get as many attacks as possible, so I don't want the Dokkan attack to do as much damage as it could. Yeah, physical... I think isn't Physical Angel Frieza one of the last, like, 2020 units that doesn't have an EZA? Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Who are the other two? Oh, Pycon and Janemba. Yeah, good Buuhan rotation here. Okay, so the question is, how do we deal with this next turn? Because we've got the Int Boo ability, but can anyone on this turn actually tank them in slot 1? I don't think they can. But we're going to have Buuhan with big bad bosses on the next turn. Or do we just risk, like... No, I don't think we risk it, because the attacks are laid out in a really weird way as well. Plus, we also have the Rage Mode for Janemba. Okay, yeah, so I think we're basically... We've basically won now, right? Because we do... Hang on, we get the key for you first, because I always forget this. We get the key for you first, then we do this. Because now we take away all the attacks, and then on the next rotation, when it comes back around, we use Janemba's Rage Mode. And then they can't super. So, I think that pretty much locks in the W here. And then we'll still have Boo's revival in case after the Rage Mode something goes wrong. I'm not sure what, because obviously they won't be able to super. That is the only problem, though, is the damage cap, because Int Boo's not going to do any damage. I don't know if Mr. Boo can do any damage. We're very much going to be relying on the Buuhans. Oh, and of course, we're talking about this rotation, but obviously the next rotation, like when this team rotation comes around again, we'd be fine. But we've got to survive the next turn as well. Which realistically, I don't know, can we? I mean, you have 1.2 million defense and guard and dodge, so I feel like he probably does. Right? I mean, I guess we'll see, but... Because he has the dodge chance as well. There you go, yeah, he just dodged. Thing is, even with 23 million, we know from that, like, Angel Vegeta showcase, if we don't crit, we don't do damage, so... At least you still action break even if you do no damage, but that's wild. He might actually crit for 0 as well, because it's under 10 mil attack. Wow. Jeez, even that critting does 0. Well, at least Super Buu can do some damage. But he did 1 super, so... Crazy. Right, so Rage Mode, Rigid Ember. Yeah, just wait 10 more turns for another Dokkan attack. $4.2 million damage that would have done. I think this is the longest out of any of the runs we've ever done against Goku and Frieza. The fact that we're on turn 3 and we still haven't actually got them to 50% HP. And yeah, only his initial attack does damage to them. That's crazy. Well. Will we do some damage this turn? Let's see. At least we have the Rainbow Buuhan. Although I don't know, who was the one that used the domain first? Because that was the one that got screwed over and barely got to do any attacks as like Super Buu. Yeah, there's no point putting Imp Buu in slot 1 on this turn, because this is the turn where we know we're not going to... Like, they can't super, because we just did the Rage mode. Although, maybe I shouldn't have floated off Imp Buu, because then we could just put him in slot 1 next time. It is kind of funny, though, to get to this point and then just not be doing any damage. Yeah, the friend Buuhan was the one that got the domain first, so he's not been... He barely got any buffs from the Super Buu transformation, which is really annoying because of the rotation locking. Yeah, well, they're under 50% HP now, so it's pretty much a case of Buuhan dodges or we just lose. Because I couldn't really get many Rainbow Orbs in slot 1, so Mr. Buu wouldn't be tanking. And we can only get 2 here, so he's probably not going to tank very well here either. 43. Oof. Yeah, that's not good. I think Mr. Boo... Well, he's only got to take 1 normal, but... Man. All this is 0 damage. Like, it's crazy to think how well this team is, like, surviving against this final phase, but we just can't actually kill them. Units getting like a 14 million attack stat and still critting for 0 is just wild. Hey, we got to 15 million, so we can do damage now. 164k. That's with Big Bad Bosses active as well. I think Mr. Boo's just dead unless he dodges. 658k. Oof. So yeah, that was crazy. I think we'll leave it at that. But yeah, that was the Buuhan team. This team, crazy how long we managed to survive at the end. But yeah, we're literally just not able to do damage to him, which is insane. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. But that is going to be it for the video. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.